What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent. Yesterday, um, I didn't get involved. Didn't get involved. The more I thought about it, I should have been on that over yesterday. But it's okay. Didn't do anything, and we'll get to some more today. Vino, did you end up into the window on anything yesterday? And how are you doing today?
I am good today, Skee. Didn't get to the window with anything, but same thought. Once I turned that Indiana Atlanta game on, thought, wow, somebody who loves to play over. I should have been there on over. It brought to mind really quick here, Ski, before we get into it, something I said about a week ago that I feel like Atlanta should be playing faster. And throughout that broadcast last night, they kept commentating on tempo, tempo, tempo. They're a quick team. They're a good team in transition. So maybe we'll start to see a little more of that out of the Dream, who actually scored pretty well, even though their pace ratings are low. But that was a big win for them yesterday. We'll see if we can find a way to play that rematch tomorrow.
Yeah, that should be another good game tomorrow. But we have three to talk about today. We will start at the top. That looks like 6:15, 6:16. Washington Mystics head to New York to take on the Liberty. Opened up minus 13 for the Liberty, still around there. We'll call it 13 right now. Total opened 168 and a half, and we'll still call it that right now. For the Liberty, Benicia Laney Hamilton. Benicia Laney Hamilton is game time decision. Shakira Austin, also game time decision. Mystics got me to the window last game. I'm thankful, but I'm staying far, far away from this one. I'm the Liberty been playing good basketball. I don't know. I think especially with Shakira game time decision again. Well, Kiki's in at least this time. Um, you know what? Washington should have the size to be able to, you know, battle with the Liberty in this game. I do worry about if the guards are going to be able to get any stops though. So maybe 13 points is too much. Any thoughts from you here, Vino?
Yeah, matchup wise, it's the way we always look at the Mystics, right? From the interior out, because that's the advantage. The other night they didn't need it, but Lauren Betts did step in and play pretty well at center, the first round draft pick out of UCLA. So Washington was able to do that against Connecticut. Of course, Connecticut, in Connecticut fashion, shot 4 of 20 from 3 point range in that game, which kind of helped get Washington home in that one. New York's a better 3 point shooting team. We listed all of their assets the other day when they played Chicago Sky. I had the New York team total over. Some things didn't add up to me, Ski, in that particular game. For instance, the fact that New York has not really been that good at the interior metrics with the size that they have. But against Chicago, they played well. And I think as they start to get together as a group, it's going to get better and better. 13 is a lot. I'll say that they have a ton of scoring options, but there are times when New York can go a little bit cold. I didn't play this game. I saw it shoot way up total wise earlier this morning. I think I saw it as high as 169 and a half, but now we're looking at mostly 168 and a half, 169. I can't disagree with it, but I don't agree with it either enough to play it. So for me, it's one where I'll stay out. We'll see if Shakira Austin plays here, but this is not going to be as easy for Washington as it was. And I don't even know that it was easy against Connecticut because 88-81 isn't an easy game. But the fact that they did it without Kiki and Shakira, credit to them. I just don't know if they'll have it that easy here tonight.
Fair. Let's look at the next game, and that is the Tempo and the Sun. This one opened up -1 for Tempo. I guess we'll call it 1.5 right now. And the total open 169. We're looking at 168 and a half, 169, depending where you shop. So not a whole lot of movement as far as from the opening right now. Naira Sabali's game time decision for the Tempo. They will be without Kiki Rice and Brittany Sykes. For Connecticut, no Haley Van Lith in this game. Um, my first thought, they said that Kiki and Sykes were going to miss some extended time. And the first thing I saw was the total go down a little bit to 167, I think it was 167 and a half. And I was just like, I don't agree with that. And here it is. Look, when I made this banner, what was it, 165.5 maybe? Or unless it was a mistake. Let me just go ahead and correct that. But my point is, I think that both defenses are terrible. I know that you're missing some points without Brittany Sykes. She's also a solid defender. You're missing some playmaking maybe without Rice. But Toronto in that last game versus the Fever, even after Sykes went down, they still were able to, score some points, and they're still going to play fast. They're just not getting a whole lot of stops. That's what's going to remain. So I agree with the total starting to climb back up, and yeah, that's where I'm at right now. As far as the total is concerned, any thoughts from you?
Well, we just saw it on this floor less than 10 days ago. Overtime 106, 102, to your point about pace and scoring. And Brittany Sykes had a good game in that one, but it was 96 at the end of regulation. I do have an opinion, and I did bet this game, and I kind of isolated the fate of the Toronto defense, which has
Right.
just been miserable. On the road here, Skee, they played 7 times so far on the road this year. Gave up 86 or more in every single game, 90 or more in 6 of those 7. So they just don't stop anybody. How about this list of, bad statistics away from home? They're the NBA's worst in field goal percentage inside the paint. They give up 64% inside the paint shot making. Connecticut's got players that can make shots inside the paint. They allow the most second chance points, almost 15 a game. They're last in defensive rating. They're last in effective field goal percentage allowed. They're last in offensive rebound percentage. We've talked about their interior defense a lot this season being weak, but that's 5 categories around the road. They're the worst in the WNBA. Connecticut did get to 96 against them, like I say, 9 days ago on this floor. Here, you're asking them to get to 84. They don't shoot the 3 at all. It's the worst 3-point shooting team in the league. However, against Toronto, they shot 36%, I think it was, from 3. So Toronto's 3-point defense wasn't even any good. And I think a lot of that has to do with the speed that they play at. For me, Sun had 37 free throw attempts in that game. You could get into that. But Connecticut, we've talked about them, Seattle. We've grouped some teams together here that we believe might be, or at least believed at the time, could be a little bit undervalued because they're getting healthier. Connecticut, since Layla returned, is averaging almost 82 a game. And here I'm asking them to get to 84 against the worst road defense in the league in multiple categories. So for me, I think that's the way I chose to isolate this one. Just fade the Toronto defense. Toronto, to your point, still capable of scoring against this defense without Sykes. I just don't know what that's going to look like at this time. And to have her and Kiki Rice out at the same time is difficult. I think that's 2 of your better playmaking guards. So for me, it's Connecticut team total over 83.5.
And I can agree with that. The tempo has been terrible, like you said, defensively on the road this year. The only thing I just think about is the Sun team hasn't been scoring. I mean, I know you said they're averaging 82 or something like that, but that's not 84. I know that the tempo have been giving it up to everybody. I'm looking at who they've played on the road this year. Fever, Mystics, Liberty, Sky, Lynx, Mercury, Sparks. I do see 3 subpar offenses, and they all got to 86 plus. 2 of them, yeah, they got to 86 plus. So it's just how bad the tempo are. It's just what it boils down to. So I'm in agreement here, Vino. I think that's the right way to play this game. All right. The chat. The chat is agreeing too. What up, Mark? Except for George. George like, actually, no. The chat's not agreeing. They like the tempo. The Sun are terrible, everybody says. They couldn't win the last game versus the Mystics without it. They're terrible. No, Vino. I kind of like the Sun
We're
tonight.
not asking them to win.
I kind of like
We're
the
just
Sun,
asking them to
though.
score.
Seen
If
this
they lose,
before. I've seen this
if they
before.
lose 85-84, I'd be more than happy.
I
Mhm.
All right, next game, Lynx and Valkyries. Let me actually get back here on the odd screen. So we had an opener of -2.5 for Minnesota, still sitting right there. Total open 164.5 is what it says here. Thought I saw a different opener. I'm pretty sure I saw a different opener. As of right now, we're looking at 165.5. For the injury report, nobody on there for either team. I mean, everybody's supposed to play is going to be out there. Um, I'm gonna give this one to you first here, Vino. What do you think about Minnesota and Golden State?
I wasn't torn until I read a quote from Cheryl Reeve, and now I'm a little bit torn. I said it the other day when I played Minnesota team total over in that game where they got to 99 against the Sparks, who are another bad defensive team. That for me, just jump on the Minnesota train right now and either play them or play their team total over because Olivia Miles has that engine running at high tempo, best field goal percentage shooting. There's a lot of offensive accolades for this team. Golden State's a team that likes to hang their hat on defense, but my opinion is that Minnesota's offense overrides Golden State's defense. However, then I heard Cheryl Reeves say, there's a bunch of teams in the WNBA that don't even attempt to play defense. And I just feel like if Golden State heard that, which they or read it, which they probably did, they're one team that does like to play defense. And maybe there's a point to prove from them here. That being said, I still don't know that they can hold Minnesota to less than 84 points. They've played once before. Lynx got to 87. Golden State had a nice game the other night where they beat Dallas. But again, Minnesota is just a better offensive team than Dallas at this point in time. I mean, you could argue me personnel. Dallas has a ton of options. I agree. But who puts it together better on the court? Who's more cohesive? I think it's Minnesota at this point in time. So I really want to get to either the Lynx minus the 2.5 here, or I want to get to the Lynx team total over 83.5. It's just that one comment sticks with me. Like a Golden State at home can get fired up, can play well. I will also add really quickly, and I think it's a point you made the other day, that Golden State is so dependent upon the three-point shot, which we know, and they hadn't been shooting it all that great during a recent span, but they shot it pretty well against Dallas the other night. Minnesota's a good defensive team. If they play the perimeter here, Minnesota minus 2.5 is something I'm still considering using here because I think if they can stop the three-point shooting, Golden State hasn't shown enough interior offense to get me to not go against them. I could easily go against them with the Lynx here.
Yeah. The one thing I'll say, I mean, the Lynx have had a good offense for a while. They didn't just get a good offense this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every time these Lynx and Valkyries play, it's usually a lower scoring game. I mean, this Valkyries team is capable of playing defense. Lynx are capable of playing defense. Yeah, a lot of these teams that the Lynx are playing, like Cheryl Reeve said, they don't play defense. So I wouldn't be so thrilled to run to the window and go just bet over tonight. That's my thoughts on that. As far as the side, I would agree. I just trust the Lynx more. Um, yeah, I just trust the Lynx more. That's what it boils down to. Valkyries have been really good at home, but I couldn't put my money on them and feel good about it versus the Lynx. Lynx just been playing too good to bet against them, honestly. So that's my thoughts on that. Anything else before we wrap it up here, Vino?
Yeah, just real quick, a thought on the Lynx is that a lot of these teams now understand that when Olivia Miles walks in, she's somebody you have to defend. And yet I don't see anybody defending her, which would get me to, like I say, to the Lynx side here. I just think she's that type of talent here where Golden State can play really good defense and still lose by 3. So for me, I got to play in some way, shape, or form. I do feel like I'll be involved with Minnesota tonight just because they're that hot and they're proving to be that good. We'll see.
Good stuff. That'll wrap it up. So before we do best bets, let's put up that good old buy 3, get 3 free. You can get 6 days for just $69. It's a good way to check out either Rob, Vino, or myself. And On that note, Vino, we're gonna move it on over to best bets. If you have one, we would love to hear it. If you don't, it's okay. And if you have anything else you'd like to promote, feel free.
I'll drop a best bet here today. We were somewhat criticized yesterday for not dropping one on a one-game card. I apologize for that to anybody who just showed up to get a best bet when there's one game to talk about. Promotion-wise, I'll just say that 6 days for 3 is really nice on the weekends where my plays are concerned because football gets involved. Again, Canadian Football League 5-1 to start the year. So I'm in action there tonight as well as WNBA. So the 6 for the price of 3, I think I would recommend here. And I'm going to go ahead and just leave the Connecticut Sun as a best bet team total here over 83.5. It's kind of simple, Skee, simplistic, just fade a team that can't play any defense. But sometimes we don't have to overthink these things until the trends go the other way. And right now, I think, Connecticut almost getting 82 a game since Layla returned. One more bucket against this defense after they scored 96 against this defense in regulation. I'll go that route. Connecticut team total over 83.5 best bet.
All right, good stuff. I am not going to leave a best bet. I'm not going to be bullied. I only have one. I only got one play so far today, and it's just not fair to give that one out. I did release it yesterday. I told you guys about it yesterday, and I might add some things throughout the day, but as of right now, it's nothing I can give out. I'm actually looking to press a button on the play for tomorrow. That's where I'm at right now. So wrap it up, Vino. Always appreciate you taking the time to cap these games with me. Helps my process, helps everybody else as well. Chat, we appreciate you guys. No shows on the weekend, so best of luck with everything you guys do, the next couple of days. And we'll catch you guys again on Monday.